All right, let's see here. Make sure everything is good to go here. Everything is looking good. Alrighty here. I think everything is set up. Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing tonight? It's a little bit late, but I finally decided that, I'm feeling good enough to stream. Gotta get weeklies out of the way, gotta do the event. Because there is stuff that I want from that, so I can't be sleeping on it like I did the last operation that we had. Because those ephemeras look really good, and that Syandana looks really good. So I gotta get on that shit. First, we got some more important pressing matters to do. Amprex, God, remember when the Amprex was good? Shit. Amprex used to be that fucking guy. And now it just isn't. Because that was back when, chaining beam weapons was kind of a thing. It was kind of unique to the Amprex. We got melee. We got anything, like, good? Not really. Guess we just take the Masseter, even though I hate that thing. At least though it doesn't look like shit, because I really do hate the Masseter's default design. I think it looks like ass. So I'm just not dealing with it, honestly. Let's see here. What do we got? Everything looks solid. Who can we bring though? Fractured armor, not that. Ooh, this is a Dante week, I think. I think we're hitting up Dante this. Because those debuffs are a little bit obnoxious. Because Hildren doesn't like knife step. That's really rough on her. Or it can be, at least. Let's... Yeah, so we had Varuna. Varuna Prime has hit the scene, along with Paragale Prime. That is something I'm going to need to go after. That's probably for another stream. Because like I said, I really want to get the operation done as much as possible. What the fuck? What is happening? I didn't even look at the missions. Exterminate, Alchemy, Mirror Defense. Alright, not bad. We can live with this. This is serviceable. Energy up, get everything up. God, I don't remember this, this, what do you call it, this hazard. Or at least I don't think I've seen this hazard in quite some time. I swear, the fucking Hollow Veins just go wherever the fuck they please. They just... Enemy full of shit. Yeah, we have Paragale Prime. Looks very promising. I'm gonna need to try it. I was a big proponent of the Paragale. Yeah, like I said, the reason I wasn't streaming earlier this week is because, like I said, I had gotten a little bit sick. My voice, like, my throat was super, super sore. I just didn't even want to give that an attempt. So I held off, and here we are. Just feeling good enough today, decided why not. It was a little bit late in the evening, but hey, who cares? Get her done. I do need to try starting to stream a little bit earlier. That's probably a smart idea. Oh. I said, at least EDA seems pretty easy this week. Cannot speak for ETA, though. I have not seen what that holds. And ETA is I swear, ETA is always, like, more obnoxious for some reason. Oh wait, distractions here. Why am I killing stuff? I really do get into the habit of that, where it's like I just get so lost in the sauce of killing things that I forget that, oh, mission's pulling out now. One thing I really do find is such a nice feature of Dante is that he always has his Noctua alt fire ready to go right away. Like, he always has one in the chamber when he spawns in. I think that that's kind of an underappreciated detail. Oh. Also, excuse if I am not the most talkative as of late. Rather, I'm not the most talkative as it is quite late at the moment. So I don't want to be getting too rowdy and loud. I always forget that Warframe operations always have like a very generous window in which you can get, in which they are active for. Because I was logging on the other day just to like check and see, it's like, oh shit, there's probably only a couple days left. It's like, no, we still have like over a week for this operation. There's really no rush at all. I think if we have like one good session today, we can just knock most of it out. Come back for it maybe Saturday or something. Hopefully. Oh. And I think this is probably one of the more obnoxious, I would say obnoxious, but ultimately fair, debuffs in the game. Not debuffs, what would you call it? Conditions, where, the enemies can only die if they are hit with one of the little thingamabobs. Whatever they're called. We have to throw them at the elemental grenades. The name is escaping me right now. Probably some made-up bullshit Warframe word, if I had to guess. Also, in other news, my new model is coming along. So that's real exciting. Yeah, it's like, especially after a while, this the reason why it's annoying is it's kind of the fault of our own, because if nobody actually takes time to throw the, whatever they are, hang on, I can check what they're called. Amphors. If nobody takes time to actually throw the amphors, what ends up happening is the enemies that are only able to be hit by amphors start building up, and soon enough that's like the only enemy that is spawned in at a given moment. So it really does start to get annoying after a certain amount of time. Because like I said, it's just the laziness of everyone who's playing. Like I said, I don't blame people for playing like that either. It's just kind of the way that it happens. The way the game works. Damn, I am getting my overguard chewed through. Good heavens. Oh, my birds. That guy out of here. You know, something that, I'm really hoping that comes with, like, the upcoming updates this year, like the big ones, is I hope we get tile sets that, like, truly feel different, you know? Because I feel like Warframe does have, like I said, I've gone on record saying this before, and I think that this is not... I wouldn't say it's inherently a bad thing, because I do think that art style integrity is important to a game. However, that being said, I feel like Warframe does have a bit of a problem with sameness syndrome, especially when it comes to palettes of tile sets, you know? It's like we do get like a fair amount of diversity in tile sets. Like we do get like a lot of different like locations and like architectural styles and so on and so forth, but I think like one of the big problems with a lot of tile sets is that they're all the same fucking color. Oh, there's so much gray in Warframe tile sets that it's really, it's really drab and dreary a lot of the time, and, like, I don't think that that's necessarily a good thing. I really do wish that Digital Twins would get, like, a little bit more brave, like, and I think that Soulframe, even Soulframe has this fucking problem. Just, like, everything feels so washed out and unvibrant a lot of the times. Like, there's very few places with tile sets and environments that just feel bright and vibrant and vivid. Like, it's a lot of, like, dreary gray, I would say muck, almost, if that makes sense. That you kind of tend to get, like, again, some of the, like, what do you call it, like, the sand-ish places in this tile set, for example. Like, the interiors are pretty. You get, like, lots of nice colors here and there. You get, like, lots of blues, but again, like, blue is not an uncommon color. Like, what I'm trying to say is, what I really want is, I want something that's, like, very, like, lush, vibrant, and green. Like, something that feels natural. And, like, not Earth, because Earth, even Earth, as green as it is, has this problem where, like, colors just feel so washed. And, like, any color that is existent on Earth is all green. It's all green. Like, there's no, like, exciting flora or plant life. Like, all the trees are too big to even think that they're trees. Like, give me something tropical, you know? Like, I feel like there's a lot of opportunities to do that, and they all, like, they even tried to give us, like, a tropical environment with the Dog Days space, but, like, even that was very... How do I say? Like... Even the Dog Days environment feels like it's, what's the word? Like... It's close. It's close to what I'm talking about. And, like, what I want, but it's not quite there. Like I said, I think, again, like I said, it has to do with the palette. And I think, like, just, like, the lack of, like, familiar... I think that's the other part of it, too, is it's not just the color palette. It is, like, the lack of, like, familiarity. And I think, again, that's part of an art style thing, but having recognizable shapes and objects is something that would make an environment feel nice. Like I said, Holvania during the summer is actually, I think, one of the prettiest tile sets in the whole game, and is basically what I want. Like, if you had Holvania and you, like, stripped away, like, all, like, the gross orange, like, sculpture shit, like, that would be it. Like, we'd have something really cool. Like, give us, like, an herb and something like that. Or it's like, even if you're not giving us something tropical, I think that, just something, like, again, I think that's another reason why people like, Fortuna as it was before the quest. They liked it because it was super colorful and, like, vibrant and vivid, with all of, like, the neon signs scattered around. And that when it just became, like, another, like just super orange and drab, like, I think that's why people don't like it. Is because it just kind of took away what made Fortuna, like, really feel aesthetically unique. And why people want it back. Yeah, like, having, like a proper, like, if you're not giving us tropics, I can understand that they would never want to do that. But something that I think is very, very much in the realm of Digital Extreme's, purview, is give us, like, Corpus high-rises. Where we, like, go from, like, skyscraper interior to skyscraper interior. Like... Give us something like that. I think that, like, something that feels aesthetically luxurious. A place that we're not supposed to be in, and we have to fight, like, Corpus security drones inside these, like, giant high-rise buildings with chasmic, you know, drops in between them. And, like, that's, like, each building could be its own tile, you know? Like, I really think that there's, like, a lot of, like, cool potential for that. That would be, like again, like full, like, Blade Runner, Cyberpunk, you know, Corpus City. I think is something that would be really, really awesome to see. And there's a perfect place to do it, too. It's on Pluto. So if you guys, I think it's Pluto. If you guys ever go to Pluto on Railjack, it's Pluto or one of them. I'm almost certain it's Pluto. And you go on Railjack and you look out the front window and you, like, look at, like, you actually, like, look at the planet. You will see these giant, like, city lights on the surface of Pluto that, you know, like, we've never been to. Like, there's these giant Corpus cities on Pluto that exist that we can see. We just can't go there. And I really think, like, a big cyberpunk dystopian, like, Blade Runner city with a whole bunch of, like, neon lights and all that shit, and, like, having, like, a very, like, dark atmosphere, broken windows jumping from skyscraper to skyscraper, you know, maybe having some, like, big roads, like big, like, almost, like, concrete-esque roads here and there. Well, look, oh, would be really, really cool, I think. And I don't know. Because, again, I know that we're getting Tau, like we pretty much are getting Tau. Probably a whole new like set of tiles, I would imagine. Like we're at least getting like for sure, we're getting another Tau based tile set. That is happening. That's pretty much confirmed. We're getting something else besides what we see in like uh the current quests. So that I am excited for. But again, like I said, if the current quests and the current rebellion tile sets are anything to go by, I feel like it is just going to be a lot more just gray. Because again, I do like those tile sets. I think that they are very cool and they are unique to Warframe. They are a new tile set again. But again, like I said earlier, the problem is the palette. The palette is always the same. They are never like brave with experimenting with bright colors. I think there's another tile set that I really enjoy for that reason is Mars. Mars is a fantastic tile set that I really don't think we get to go to enough or explore as a planet enough. And I think that there would be a lot of cool potential there to just mess with that. And it's a shame that we don't get that option. Like, there's no actual survival tile on Mars, which really makes me sad. Because if there was a Martian survival tile set, I honestly would, like... I would play that all the time, because I really do think, like, the Martian tile set is actually really good. Like, it is one of, if not the better designed tile sets in the game. But we just don't go there enough. And that's really unfortunate. But again, I do not think that my wishes are going to fall on listening ears. Because again, like I said, I really do think that a lot of the things that I'm talking about are explicit, specific art style design choices. Like, Warframe has an art style and it sticks to it, and I absolutely respect it for that. I think that there's a lot of games today that don't do that, especially if they are larger scale games, Fortnite, that really just don't understand what it means to have a coherent art style. So I am very much appreciative of it for that. But again, I really do think that even within the confines of the art style, I do think that there are ways that they could branch out the tile set visuals to just be like a little bit more visually vibrant and interesting, instead of just a gray mess all the time. And now we can focus on actual gameplay. Good heavens. There we go. We are out of here. Yeah, I've tried to record that a couple times, and I haven't been super successful. Hi, please go to extract. That would be really nice, thank you. we gotta do this again. I said, at least this seems to be going pretty fast. These guys out of here. One thing that really does annoy me about this as well is when the enemies that are only weak to amphors are the same type of amphor that is required for the Crucible. I think that that is when the design gets really bad. Because, like, that, then you're just, like, having to pick and choose, and that just gets obnoxious. But I feel like there really should be some conditional thing where the enemies cannot be the same amphor that is required for the Crucible. I think that that would just be a net positive change overall. There are a bunch of amphors over here, though. There's a bunch of fire ones over here. We can just scoop up real quick. The Peligale Prime. The other thing I do kind of wish is that getting relics was, like, a little bit less annoying. Like, I think that the relic system in and of itself is actually pretty good. Like, I like the relic system a lot. I think it is very well done. It is a great alternative to, like, actual gacha bullshit. Because that is kind of the alternative to relics. But again, I think the major flaw, the biggest flaw, is that the relics themselves are a little bit annoying to obtain. Not relics, but specific relics, right? Like, you can go get relics in a large quantity quite easily. But more so what I'm saying is the problem is getting, like, any specific relic that you might want that's in rotation. That is the obnoxious part, I think. And I really do wish that there was some method or means to alleviating that. I don't think it would necessarily take away from Prime Accesses. But just, like, I don't know, say when, like, a Prime Access drops, or, like, after a Prime Access drops, or something like that. Just have some sort of, like, event where, oh, the relics from the Prime Accesses are at a heightened drop chance for a week. Or something like that, you know? But I think just, like, even, like, something little like that would definitely make relics, like, a lot nicer to get. Like I said, like, there's already the RNG of actually having to get the part from the relic that you actually want. So it does get obnoxious when you're also fighting RNG for getting the relic itself, too. Yeah, like I said, everything is free, so it's like, frankly, I'm not gonna complain too much with the way it is. Like, I really do think that this game being free to play is a blessing. and is probably one of Warframe's greatest strengths. Like, I really do think that one of the best things about Warframe is that not only is it free-to-play itself, but, like, Warframe is intrinsically kind of tied to Steam as well. And, like, I feel like Digital Extremes and Steam both have very similar outlooks. And there is something that I think a lot of other companies could learn from the philosophy of, like, Steam and Digital Extremes as well, and just, like, how they view the customer and consumer base. Well, I do think they ultimately have a, like, very divergent business practices and are not that similar, but, like, I do think there are some things that they have in common when it comes to business philosophy. And it really shows. Again, I think that just prioritizing the satisfaction of the customer to create a repeat customer is a very large driving force that I think holds a lot of merit. Because, like, oh, like, you get into Warframe, right, as, like, a free-to-play, and you're playing through the game, and it's like, wow, this is a really great experience, and it's like, you're into the game now, like you're on board, your soul is sold, but you haven't spent any money right yet, but because you're invested in the game, eventually you will spend money, like, that's pretty inevitable, because, like, I think one of the other things, right, and I think that this is the kicker about free-to-play games, is that I think that if the monetization system is more aggressive, it is actually more likely to encourage people to be free-to-play, right? Because if what they are buying with the monetary, you know, options isn't worthwhile or so exorbitantly overpriced or just isn't worth it, a lot of the times these free-to-players don't convert into paying customers. Because they just don't, out of spite, because they don't want to give, that, like, they like the game, but they don't like the shitty business practice, so they won't give the business any money. Like, I genuinely think that that is the direction it goes. And that's why, like, it's so often, like, I really don't hear a lot about people who are fully, strictly free-to-play. Like, I feel like that's kind of rare. Because a lot of people, after, like, if they're in Warframe, they are in it for the long haul. And that usually implies that they are, like, sticking with it, and thus are very likely to spend that money on the game. Because, like, I didn't really spend money on Warframe very much at all in, like, the first, like, year or two, but, like, once I became... Because, like, I got into Warframe in high school, right? So I didn't even have, like, a job yet. Like, I didn't have adult money. I couldn't just spend money. So, like, I obviously had to stick to, you know, more free-to-play games. And this was one of them. It was a great free-to-play experience. And I didn't spend money on it, only because I couldn't, really. Like, a lot of what Warframe offers monetarily, I think, is very good. Like, if you are spending money, it's usually, like, something that I think is fairly priced. I do think that the Prime accesses are a little bit, like, wonky. I really wish that... Let me put it this way. I wish that there were more options to spend money for Prime access. That is something I wish for. Because I think that $50 for the Prime accessories is a little bit absurd. Especially since you don't get Platinum with it, unlike the regular Prime accesses. And then there are other times where it's like, oh, I would really like to, say, only have, like, this one accessory and maybe this one weapon, but there's no option to, like, custom build a pack. I think that that would be kind of cool. I don't know if there is a good way to implement it, but, like, oh, being able to, like, put together things from the Prime access into your own built bundle would, I think, have a lot of benefits. Where it's like, oh, hey, I just want the Warframe and the accessories. The weapons don't interest me, but I have to pay for the weapons anyways. That never feels good. But again, like I said, criticizing the way that Prime accesses are priced, because I'm pretty sure Prime access is the majority income for DE. Like, I think that that is their biggest moneymaker out of everything, is Prime access. Because it's big, big chunks of money. That is where they get it, that is where it comes from, and that is their base. So it's like, I am not in a room to complain about Prime Access, because if it works and it gets the money, it works. You know? Like, it is what allows the game to be free to play in the first place. That's always the thing, right? Is that when games are free to play, there's usually something there that is, like, obnoxiously overpriced, but you know that people are buying it because some people are whales and don't have, like, spending control habits. Or have, like, more money than they know what to do with. And it's those kind of people that keep free-to-play games afloat, if I'm being honest. And it's like, I think a lot of people make fun of whales, but I think that there is a certain respect for them because they are what allows the game to survive. And they're what keeps the game afloat. And, like, I really, like, again, that is an interesting thing, though, because, like, whales don't really exist in Warframe. Because of the way the system works, and because of how gear works, like, there's nothing that, like, a quote-unquote whale would have access to that, like, the average free-to-play player would not. In, like, any given situation in Warframe, right? Like, that's just not how it works. Like, everyone has the same access to the same gear, essentially. Unless you are Excalibur Prime. That is a singular, minute difference. But that is, like, largely a non-issue. I was like, for one, Excalibur isn't that good anyway, and the benefits that Excalibur Prime gives over regular Excalibur Umbra are, like, marginal. I know that Excal mains do complain about, like, the roaming Excal being kind of annoying and, like, obnoxious, and I can see that, but again, given the grand scheme of things, I think that it's such a minor issue. And it's not like that completely breaks Excalibur's kit and makes him terrible. Like, it's just like, oh, this is kind of an annoying thing once in a while. Which I could see. But again, like I said, that's just not something that we concern ourselves with, you know? We're, like, the Founders Pack is never getting re-released. It's not happening. Like, so we just gotta live with it, you know? And like I said, I was never personally bothered with it, especially because we do have upgrades to everything that is in the Founders Pack. Like, we have, like, Prisma Skana instead of the Skana Prime. We have Lotto Vandal instead of the Lotto Prime. And then we have Excalibur Umbra. Like, granted, they're not a matching set by any means, but, like, if you like the Lotto or you like the Skana, there are options that make it a lot more viable. Although that was not always the case. For the longest time, the Lotto Vandal was very much, was very much kind of not really there, which is unfortunate. But yeah, for a long time, like, the Lotto Vandal was, like, this really old exclusive weapon that just we didn't really have. And, like, only, like, it was very much like the Founders, but it was less exclusive. And then it finally came. I remember this very vividly. It came to the game with Korra's update in ESO, and that was a huge fucking deal. Like, that was big to have happened. So that was nice, but again, like I said, and then that happened, and then we had an upgrade for everything that was in the Founders Pack, and then it was never an issue. Because it was like, we got that, and then we got Excalibur Prime. Or Excalibur Umbra, excuse me. And that, like, pretty much wrapped up every issue that we had. So yeah, the Founder stuff, it really is just kind of a fancy skin, if nothing else. Like, I'm sure, like, there are some, like, mechanical gameplay differences that I'm sure have some impact, but, like, ultimately, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Oh, that thing is getting shipped so bad. There we go. Should hold it for 20 seconds. Hopefully. If it doesn't, we have seriously fucked up. There we go. That was a bit annoying. But it was better than our first run through. Let's go get Netracells done. We'll just bring Nyx for that, because we really do want to be speedrunning this. Nyx. I also need to go see Bird 3's shiny treasures. Always worth stopping by here. Because I have more of this Entrade standing than I know what to do with. Netracells. Let's get her done. Yeah, I did take the time, by the way, to, get the, the new Tenogen Signas, and I got one of them. I got the Corpusy looking one. And I think that one's pretty good. I don't know what I would use it on, but I think it definitely has its use case. I might try it on Kome. That sounds like a good idea. I really hope that they get brave with the Signas. I guess we're going. Because we've seen them they've been getting more and more, like, ballsy with what a Signa can be, and I'm really happy about that. With the Grendel Goss hack that has come out. That's been really nice. Oh, it's an automatic one. There we go. Very nice. By the way, auto hack, pairs on mod. Best mod in the game. Bar none. I'm telling y'all, get it. It's so good. Never once regretted having it. Because it can just save your ass or make your life more convenient. Some way or another. God, remember when they had realistic screen glare on these? That was shitty. But, like, it was really funny. Like, I gotta admit, having the realistic screen glare on the hack consoles was really fucking funny. And, like, part of me wishes they kept that if it wasn't, like, a genuine detriment to gameplay. Because, like, when you actually do have to hack those and, like, there are stakes at risk, it really does suck a lot. Which is kind of a shame. Alright, where are they coming from? Give me enemies, give me enemies. I can start the mind control bullshit. Give me someone. You. Alright, get back in the circle. Go. Kill. There we go. Kill, maim, crush, destroy. Yes, get them, sick them, kill them, get him, get him, get him. Give me that huge bomb. We're competing with the Hildren. Oh, damn it, really? Timing. Go get his ass. Give me a nuke. I'm sure he's gonna hit them eventually. Surely. Eventually, Copium. Wait, hang on. Important. Ah, damn it. I wanted that. Good enough. That will have to do. Alright, go get him. Sick him. Sick him, boy. Get him. Exodia obliterate. I see a... I did not. Maybe they just got killed in the crossfire. There we go. Now we got a one of them thingies. We got a Jade Light working for us. That'll be big boy damage. Go get him. Sick him. Get him, boy. Get him. Oh, big boy damage, big boy damage, big boy damage. Yeah! Yeah, big boy damage. Woo. Yeah, we top scoring. Let's go. Get them, sick them, sick them. Get their asses. Top score, top score, top score. Sweat, sweat, sweat. MLG. Get him with that laser. Yeah! Like watching sports. Come on, England, score some fucking goals! Damn, I'm gonna need a new minion. This will do. God, I really wish that Jade Light gave me damage for my, my Assimilate. I really wish that that was damage for the Assimilate. I wish it worked so badly. It is quite a shame that it doesn't. What's this arcane over here? I want free Phosphor. Give me free Phosphor. Damn it. I'm fast enough to just go grab it real quick. I got time. Mr. Incredible, I got time. He did not, in fact, have time. Wow, this was really just all the way over here, huh? Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, bruh. Just get over the lip. That was embarrassing. By the way, fun fact, you can cancel the landing lag of a melee slam with a roll. Like people really need to use melee slams and movement more, because it's really good for controlling your downwards momentum, and lets you not get caught by shit in the ceiling, because that is often a problem. I see we're fast enough. We had time. Alright, that's done. Let's go deal with ETA. Because fuck. We lost a lot of time having to redo ETA. Level 2, Kea Velasco. Kea Tabasco Sauce. That's your name now. Deal with it. Roll Archimedia. Oh, Inaros. Free space. Huge. What are the terminate defense, Legosite harvest? Okay. Oh god, last week's nightmare. A permanent injury is actually kind of rough. What else do we have? I think that's stopping me from taking Hildren, actually. The supplied ability overload. No, I think we can just take Hildren, actually. As funny as it is, it really seems like a sick joke that they gave us those two conditions together. What are the weapons? Ambassador, Nucor, Karst. Interesting combo. I don't remember the last time I saw the Karst in rotation. Karst is actually one of those weapons that I really like the default look of. A lot. It's a shame that the Prime version looks like ass. Another victim of Primes making things seem better when they are actually worse. Then we have the Nucor. Nucor is a freebie. And then we have Ambassador. Who cares? We are hot to go. Let's plow through this. Let's wait for a squad to show up, because I don't want to do this solo. That would be annoying to do. Alright, we have one person. Oh, they left the squad. Okay, we have just a newbie. They are not, in fact, a newbie. That is a lie. They have lied to us. Okay, we have people now. Seems good. Get these people out of my house. Oh my god, that was a lot of damage for no reason. There's some bullshit condition. Oh, heavy warfare, great, good, I don't care, actually. I do so much damage that it doesn't matter. I will simply just deal with it. Although, on second thought, I think the Legacite counts for that as well. So, maybe we should. Because otherwise this might get really obnoxious. You know, something I do find really perplexing about arc guns is that... Oh, hang on. That's a dying man. Something I do find really perplexing about arc guns is that, their ammo limitation is so weird, all things considered. When you look at them from a certain perspective of, like, they are strong now, but they're only, like, kind of on par with a lot of... They're only, like, maybe slightly above the curve of regular weapons just by Leo of having 2 arcanes. But, like, that's it, really. Like, they're only, like, slightly stronger than average weapons, and it really does boggle me, like, why they're so ammo limited. I really don't think they should be, if I'm being honest. Get this guy out of here. Because, like, it's especially more boggling because, like, when they came out, they weren't good. Right? Like, even on their initial release, like, arc guns in ground mode were not something that got power creep. They came to ground bad. And so the fact that they had that statute on them, that limitation, is very strange. I'm sure there, like, might be some gameplay factor that I'm not considering. And that could be very well be the case. I think part of it might be the fact that, well, art guns are not statistically strong. I think a lot of them have attributes that kind of make up for it. Like a lot of them have like explosive properties, or you could be the Fluctus, which is just the giant fuck you wave. You have this, which is quite literally like a giant nucor that can double dip on arcanes. Like, I guess there is, like, maybe some justification for having art guns the way that they are, but still seems a little weird to me. Yeah, it kind of cycles back to what I was talking about. Like, I really want guns that feel mechanical, right? Like, not even like modern-looking guns, just guns that feel like they have parts that work and function and make sense, you know? And aren't, like, just make some bullshit up. Because they really do that quite a bit. And it really is quite perplexing. Although I'm sure it's been parroted to death, like, I feel like the logical step is an exalted art gun. I'm shocked that that's not a thing yet. I'm also kind of interested to know what the next frame is. Pick up objective McGuffins like Emperor's putting art guns on cooldown. Yeah! Yes, that is a very good point, Cheese. And also, welcome. I don't think I've seen you here before. But no, that is a really good point about art guns, is that, like, they do have other issues like that as well. So, like, the fact that they are on cooldowns, that they have limited ammo, despite being kind of underwhelming overall, like, again, they got buffed and that does help them a lot, but overall they still have a lot of issues, so it does beg the question, like, why they're so restricted, because they're not that strong. Because, like, again, especially because of how much you have to give up for them as well, like, you're also, like, losing some mobility as well, like, you basically cannot aim glide with them. Like, that's another thing that I think a lot of people forget as well, is that you can't aim glide with art guns, and that's just another thing that, you know, keeps them from being all they could be. Like, it's almost like I can't tell if they want, like, art guns to be this big power boost or not. Or if they just want it to be this random thing that they just throw at us. Randomly, it's like, oh, here, you have to use this. And it's like, it's not bad, it's just, oh, we have to. Because, like, again, I think that is one of the major improvements they've made to art guns over the years, is that, like, they do definitely feel better to use. And, like, making them actually feel like they deal damage is a big step in the right direction. Like, they gave us a bunch of decent art guns, like the Kuva Gradler and the Kuva Ayanga, whatever. That launcher one, I think, is good. I don't know, I don't use it. But I'm pretty sure it's, like, a decent one. And I really do like the design of it, too. Oh my god, the fucking... Jesus! What the hell was that? I just got, like, smoked by something. And I don't know what. Now, Legocytes really just do be full of some shit. Oh god, he's over here. I found him. Here, get up, buddy. I gotta go chase him now because I'm the only one dealing damage to it, evidently. But I swear, like, Legocytes just can just pull one-shots out of their ass, and it's terrifying.
Yeah, doesn't this arc gun have a benefit when Hildren is wielding it? What is it? I actually don't remember. Does anyone know off the top of their head? Because this is one of her signatures, so this should, in theory, have an express use case with Hildren. But what that is, I'm completely uncertain. I'll have to look it up after this. And we have, what do we have? Defense, and then we have free game. Because defense is the only thing that we are realistically worrying about. And we're not under gear embargo. Oh, it's more ammo. Alright. Okay, thank you very much. I mean, like I said, it certainly came in handy here. Get the fuck out of here. At Nova dancing, I know what you are. With the bunny ears, I know what you are. You're a coward. That's my hot take, is I think that the proto-frame skins are for cowards. Like, if you can't romanticize faceless robots, and you need to have a human face attached to them, that's on you. These streets aren't built for you, buddy. Take yo sensitive ass back to First Descendant. But, like, I'm not gonna lie and say that, oh, proto-frames are somehow damaging the game, because they're absolutely not. Proto-frames are one of the best things to happen to this game, because they added a giant influx of players to the game, and, like, were a huge marketing thing for Warframe, which is one of, I think, Warframe's weakest aspects, is its ability to market itself. But, the thing is, it doesn't really need it, because the way that Warframe spreads is that it is primarily word of mouth. And that's really good for them, because, like, you see ads for them here and there, and that's just whatever. And, like, those ads are really, like, weird, lame bullshit. Although I do notice that Warframe ads are, like, honest in that they actually show gameplay. To an extent. I know, I always feel like Warframe marketing has always been kind of weak, but, like, that's never been a huge issue. Opening supply cage. Hazmat set, full adventure, industry. Okay. We have the face-off bullshit going on. That's not a huge deal. I had to double check what was happening, but yeah, no. Like I was saying, Warframe's weakest link was always its marketing, but, like, that was never its issue. Like, because it didn't need it. That's why it's not that good, because it doesn't need it. Because, like, if you think about how you got into Warframe, just, like, hypothetical, like, most of the time it's because a friend probably told you about it. And, like, that's kind of the story I hear from, like, a lot of different people. Like, I don't think I know anyone who got into Warframe because they saw an ad for it. Either a creator has played it, or a friend told them about it. And that's always been kind of their marketing. Because it's like, one of the things that I always find weird is that, like, Warframe is such a big game, but, like, outside of its own circle, you either play Warframe and you are in the circle, or you are not playing Warframe and you don't know anything about it. And, like, you only hear about it, like, very peripherally. Because, like, I never see Warframe spoken about outside of, like, the people who actually play it. Like, it's very, like, in a weird way, it's like, despite the size of Warframe, it doesn't feel mainstream, is, I guess, what I'm getting at. Like, it still feels very niche. Not that that's a bad thing, though, because I do think that there are consequences to having the game be very, very mainstream. I do think the game having some filtration system to its community is not a terrible idea. Gatekeeping your hobbies is not always a bad thing. You know, I really wish that, this defense mode had a mechanic like mirror defense where it sped up the mission, because I always feel like these just take forever. They take centuries. Why are my abilities on fucking cooldown, bro? Why are we like this, bro? Who's killing more than me? What are they on? Navigok? Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, it's this bullshit. The Vampiric Curse is genuinely one of the worst ones. Depending on frame, anyway. Some frames don't care about it, some really, really hate it. I can do this, though, and, like, this kind of helps it. Because this will heal my Warframe. And I can just kind of wait it out. Yeah, I think also combined with permanent injury, that's really rough. What the fuck is this one? Waypoint overload. Oh, dog shit. As if the waypoint system wasn't buggy enough as is, I really think that that's one of the worst debuffs. Just because it could be mistaken for a bug. Danger zones? What does that mean? Thankfully, I have access to that. Otherwise, I would have been cooked. Could you imagine if DE actually made a real Dark Sector 2? And it was actually a lead-in into Warframe? Because that's one thing I've always hoped for, is I've always hoped that they would connect Dark Sector and Warframe together in some way. Because, like, there's no reason not to. I don't see anything in the lore that could conflict with that. Like, especially if you, like, retcon a little bit of Dark Sector, I think it could work. But there's also, like, such a big time space between when Dark Sector happens. Versus when, like, 1999 happens and, like, things progress. Oh, please don't bug out. Please. Please, bro, I'm begging you, bro. Okay, thank God. I think we had an incident either, like, this week or last week where we just got stuck in loading screen hell. Oh, get on. Those Limnus are kind of rude. They suck. They were, like, camping, bro. You know, I said this mission was going to be free, but it actually might be a double duration. Like I said, I think, maybe as a milestone or something, I really do want to do a stream where I rate people's fashion. I feel like I don't quite have the viewer base yet for it. Because my main concern with it is I want to be able to get enough different people into it to have enough content for, like, at least an hour or two on stream. I think that would be, like, a really fun way to interact with my community. But it's just, I don't know if I have enough people for that yet. Gotta put that one in the back pocket for later. Yeah, I'm just gonna let these guys deal with the supply cache thing because so something I am very admitted to is like there's like a couple mechanics or like little side objective things where it's like I still don't know what the fuck is happening. Genuinely, I think for the longest time I had no idea how not defection, fuck, what is it? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Put key in thing, kill Demolist. I don't know why I can't think of the name. But for the longest time, I had no idea how that game mode worked. I would just, because I think part of it was because it wasn't even like part of sorties. It was kind of a game mode you only ever really played, like, very sparingly. So I always just kind of went with like, I'm sure I'll just kill stuff and I'll let the squad figure it out. Okay, well, we did the supply cache. And that makes it so the mission doesn't take twice as long. Which is actually a good downside. I actually do... Like, okay, so I do rag on EDA, ETA a lot, but, like, I genuinely think that the supply cache thing is, like, one of the better, like, conditions. Like, I genuinely think that it is good. It is a lot better... Where is he? Okay, is he alive? Yes, he is. Yeah, I genuinely think that it is a lot better. And probably one of, if not the best condition that we have for, Archimedes. Just as it actually, like, forces you to have some semblance of skill and or game knowledge. And to be able to, like, traverse a level quickly and to do that objective in a timely manner. And it's like, you get punished, but it's never in a way that's obnoxious. Also, I love these blocks. I really wish we had, like, more physics stuff like this. This is so fun, just, like, blasting them all around the place. Oh, I love that. I wish we got more physics in this game. That's what I think Warframe is missing, is, like, physics engine. Just, like, more ragdoll-y stuff, more silly stuff flying everywhere. Oh, that would be a fun game mode, is like having to break apart a building or something. A demolition mode. And like it had a bunch of physics and it was just like a cool, like... I don't know if it would be a main objective game mode, but I think it would just be really cool. Like a more, engaging version of like a sabotage mission. I guess is the way to put it. God, I'm not used to this YouTube overlay thing that I have in OBS, because whenever I, so I have two, like, little side panels, right, and one of them will sometimes shift what it's displaying. And, like, I'll, like, look over, because I'm like, oh, hey, a chat message, and no, it's not a chat message, because my brain looks at chat out of its periphery, right? So whenever I see something on this monitor change in those two segments, I like look over and see, oh, I have to respond to something. I have to do streamer things, but it's just YouTube being weird. Alright, we got this out of the way. What is Descendia looking like this week, actually? That's actually what I'm more curious about. Because maybe if it's not worth doing, we might actually skip it this week. Oh yeah, we have the new Nightwave, that's right. I looked through this. For Venato, I don't care about that weapon. This though, this is an amazing Signa. Holy. This is a gorgeous Signa. Man. It's like a little bit stylistically weird because like these are very like detailed like human faces, corpse faces, but human enough nonetheless. And so like they feel like a little bit out of place, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that makes this like really cool and distinct. Very, very awesome. Yeah, the Velox got something. Gives ability strength for some reason. What would you use this with? I feel like this is a weapon you use on warframes that can snapshot ability strength, right? My first instinct goes to like Jade, Hildren, Araxia is kind of my first instinct for that. Because they really would like an extra 60% ability strength. That would be really nice. So I could see them all like that this being really good actually. This is an amazing cosmetic. This is gorgeous. I could see this being used on stuff. Operator outfit. I mean, it looks good. I don't personally care for it. I don't think I would use this. It's not my uppity. Because I really like my current drifter fashion, so like I am not inclined to change it. What do we have, actually? Shotgun Ribbon mod, that's not bad. Amp Arcane Adapter, don't care about that. Arcane, Steel Essence, Omniforma. Eh. We might do some of this. We might go get at least the Shotgun Ribbon, I think. Normal Path have anything worthwhile? Not really. We really do need to go form a blueprint hunting. I suppose we will shortly. Once... I didn't fuck with this at all. Thankfully. We'll take Jade. Jade, just go get it done. Okay, go deal with the Sendia, get the Shotgun Ribbon mod. That's something that's nice to have. If nothing else. Waiting for other drifters. Any second now. We have a Uriel. The angle, I could be your angle or I could be your devil. Target's destroyed. God, I swear Jade just kind of feels like creative mode. Come on, other Jade, let's go. God, I'm now just thinking about how much Excalibur, Nova, Saturn, Tenogen there is. And Baruch for some reason. Why do they all have so much Tenogen? It's kind of disgusting. Like, skins for some of these Warframes that don't have one can really not come soon enough. Like, when I saw the next batch of Tenogen was another fucking Nova skin, really made me want to just go fucking slime somebody. Like, oh my god, bruh. These gooners. I can't really tell what's an enemy out here. Number too big. You know, I've seen that they've been trying to mess with, like, the display of damage numbers lately, and genuinely, I think one of the better ways they could have done that is, take a page from TF2, right? And how those damage numbers are displayed, where instead of getting a damage number for each individual instance of damage, damage numbers will combine into a single instance, visually, thus preventing you from getting, like, clutter on your screen. Yeah, once we just get through the first, like, wave or whatever of this, I think we just go do the operation, which is just Inaro's standing simulator. So that's gonna be exciting. What the fuck was that? I just had, like, physics applied to my flight. That was bizarre. This is, like, almost Warframe payload, chat. It's almost Warframe payload. You know, I never really put that together, but that is what it is. I do really feel like Warframe is the dance monkey dance. No, the Warframe, the Descendia is like dance monkey dance. Do this, now do this, Simon Says. Just random bullshit go. And it's frictionless. Oh, maybe that's what happened. Thankfully, I don't care about friction. I can just fly. I like accidentally like sliding down the stairs. There we go, got my shotgun ribbon mod. It's a shame that Descendia rewards aren't like a little bit better, you know? Burnham 5. Oh, it's dark as fuck. Maybe that's just because I'm high up. If you ever have trouble finding these tumors, always look for like the little particle effects. They're very, very visible. They're a lot easier to see in this mode because this is an infested world. But like in infested tile sets, I know that these things are really hard to see, but those particle effects are like dead giveaways. Oh, we can see now. Yeah, I'm out. I don't want that shit. Nothing else in this is worth it. Like, the rewards in Ascendia are okay if you haven't gotten all of your arcanes, but like once you do, I feel like the reward quality goes down dramatically. And it's kind of a shame. Alright, let's go grab Inaros and let's go have some fun. One of the ghouls saw. The ghoul. Melee influence, but I don't even have electricity on it. Insane. That... Actually curious, did they ever... Oh, that's a shame. Something I really liked is that you could remove those decals on that skin by setting enhanced decals to off. Oh, that's because it's on, that's why. Now if I go do that, will it... There we go. Not a decal to be seen. Makes the skin look a lot better. Even though this Tau Dex rifle skin is fucking gorgeous and is probably the best primary rifle skin, I do kind of like the boxy look of that one. I just wish it wasn't held at a weird angle. Alright. Let's get her done. Ba 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 ba. Alright, I'm not on the exact correct build of Inaros. Find paint, God, my favorite snack. Paint is my favorite snack, chat. I just adore it. Crazy that Nightmare Missions also give Nightmare Tatters, which is shocking. Actually gives an excuse to do those. Even though I think that this realistically is better because you're also getting folly parts on top of it all. Yeah, I thank God that Naros has not been somehow nerfed in this game mode. Because they totally would. They would totally make his, bullshit not work in this game mode. Taking away the one good thing he has in life. Get some health back for free for no reason. I don't care about your status effects. Shadowgrapher really didn't bring as much as I kind of oh my god. Shadowgrapher did not bring as much as I had kind of hoped. Because it really could have been the second coming of Jade Shadows if it actually brought, like, new stuff to the game's table. But it didn't, unfortunately. That's something that, you know, I've always had kind of a bit of a complaint towards dev streams, is that, like, characters and lore and behind the scenes is cool and all that, but, like, I feel like when people watch dev streams, the thing that is important is either, like, things relating to game balance, usually things relating to game balance, or, like, stats and numbers and the nitty-gritty of the game. I feel like they are very shy about that. Like, they waste, like, half an hour just talking about, like, announcements that we kind of already know or could find on social media. This is just, like, kind of a minor nitpick of mine when it came to, like, dev shorts. Dev shorts is also really bad about that, too. It's like they try to avoid saying as much as they possibly can. Because they don't want to say shit, but they have to. Like, we got our Vauban rework, and that was, like, a mixed bag. But who is gonna come next? That's my question. I am highly betting upon Chroma. I don't think Limbo's ever getting reworked. I think Limbo is fucked. Which is sad. Because I really do like Limbo conceptually. Oh my god. That's a lot. Well, let's take, like, the easy ones. There's, like, a couple easy ones, like, Exterminate. That's easy and quick. By the way, Nightmares are worth doing for the mods themselves, so it's kind of a double time thing. Like, if there are easy ones that are easy and fast to get done, it's worth doing. What even is the condition? I don't know. Like, Nightmare missions used to be this cool, like, oh, like, little challenge mode you could do to get, like, some neat mods, and then it was, like... These aren't challenges, that they're just, like... Not even minor inconveniences, they're just nothing anymore. Like, I genuinely don't think that there is a, there's a single... like, nightmare condition that I can think of that is actually, like, relevant to the player. Like, we've just power crept past them completely. Hook his ass. No reason to do that. I don't remember the last time I saw Samaris targeted a mission. Granted, I don't play, like, normal missions very often, but fuck. It's been a long time. This is once you just get past a certain point, Samaris missions don't really have a purpose. Which is kind of a shame. Like, part of me wishes that Samaris had more of a purpose, but then I think, you know, doing his synthesis targets are kind of annoying. And then it's like, no, just, like, let it be. There's a survival one as well. I can bring out Geyer, actually. Geyer, however you want to say it. The condition. Vampire mode? Oh, that's not a huge deal. Boy, does this feel familiar. This is just walk around for a couple minutes, frankly. Just looking for enemies wherever they might spawn. It's been a while since I've actually played a non-Steel Path survival as well. So it's kind of weird, like, seeing, like, there's just, like, no enemies, but also, like, life support is existent. It's really strange. Where is everyone, bro? There we go. Because I know that in regular survival, life support gives more. I think it's kind of a compensation for, like, the smaller enemy density. That guy just disintegrated. Incredible. That's something that I've actually thought about recently, since they brought it up in the Varuna Prime trailer. Gore in this game is very underutilized, and it really does say something that when they do use it, it's kind of a big deal. Something that I think is very fascinating, that it took until Varuna Prime to, like, really be, you know, oh wow, hey, this is a... What the fuck is this shit? Alright, oh, these things, right, yeah. I forgot that these were in the game, actually. I've only ever encountered these once before. Like, they are relatively new, but I don't really... Like, because, like, one thing I've noticed is I don't think they spawn that frequently. Is kind of the thing. Now we're on, like, fast Frieza minutes. Actually, no, this wouldn't be Frieza minutes. That's the other way around, where they're slow. Yeah, no, definitely Nightmare missions are worth doing, because you can get Blaze or Hammer Shot, which are worth, like, a good chunk of platinum each. And I think there's a couple mods out of vampire mode, Nightmare mode, that are actually, like, worth something. So, if you are starved for platinum, might not be something to worth just picking up every day. Just, like, going through, tackling, like, some of, like, the easier Nightmare missions that don't make you want to gouge your eyes out, just for that chance. Because it really is worth it when it pops off and you get like a 50 platinum mod. Especially how quick they can be and how easy they are. Like I said, it's like, there's Hammer Shot, Blaze, and I think there's like a couple others that are not quite as expensive. I know that, like, Lethal Torrent is obviously, like, a pretty well-known one. Like, that one's, I think, like, worth, like, a decent, like, chunk of change. Like, 15, 20. Last I checked, but that could be wildly outdated. How many of these do we have? 43. You go check how much stuff in this shop actually costs. That's one thing I'm not really fully in tune with. I forgot where I was going. Tell I'm like a little bit sleepy. How much is this shit? No, that's not. Okay, they're not that bad. Okay, so it's about like 60 per relevant thing. Not too bad. So I need about like 240 total to clear out the shop. Not too terrible. That's something that's bothering me, actually. Appearance, attachments. There we go. That was bugging me. Navigation. You know, I don't think I've ever seen an operation where we just didn't have it fire off completely. Could we get anyone in a squad? Is the Kuba Ghoul Saw good? I have not fully upgraded it yet, so I actually don't know. Um, it might not be terrible. Certainly feels like once you get Berserker going, like it actually doesn't feel that bad. Like it could be really decent for influence builds, but like that's kind of not, that kind of goes without saying. Like I guess to put it simply, if you like the aesthetic of it and you like the idea of having like a chainsaw, like you can use it. It's not going to hurt you. Which is, I kind of think, the most you can hope for out of it. But I would not call it anything like broken or meta-defining. Just going off how the original Ghoul Saw is, which is not good. Personally, I do wish that they gave it a special gimmick. I really think having it be an insta-kill on, I think I might need to, like, re-queue here. Having it be an insta-kill on finisher, I think would actually make it really cool. Like, genuinely, I think that that has merit to be used. There we go. I don't know why I wasn't finding a squad. Yeah, like I said, I still don't have a fully formed opinion on it, mainly because I haven't leveled it up enough to do so. Well, any day now would be great. There we go. See, it listens when you complain, chat. It's that simple. Oops. I've not gotten any of the other new Lich weapons yet either. I just haven't been particularly interested about them. I have not heard good things about the Tenet Quanta, though. I have heard that that one is actually a downgrade from the Quanta Vandal, as far as I'm aware. Not to say that it's necessarily bad. I actually think that the Quanta is a pretty good weapon. It's just that when you have two of them that are basically the same thing, I think that that one is genuinely better. Oh, get out of here. Go home. You know, although this game mode is kind of butt cheeks, I really do have to give them credit for how well the soundtrack is. The soundtrack is phenomenal for this update. Spam transferring can heal your Warframe faster if you have the arcane for it. You know, that's something that has always bothered me is that, like, operators, I think, even after all that they have done recently, especially, like, Operator Drifter has always felt like, you know, Tenno at, like, 100% power versus 99% power, and the only thing that's missing is the Drifter. Like, so much of the weight in this game is carried by the Warframe itself that it's, like, no amount of, like, temporary power boost, like, you know, the Taron strikes is going to make me actually want to actively use and engage with the mechanics of the Drifter outside of, like, very small things. Like, I honestly think that if, like, Drifter Operator was removed tomorrow, I think that, like, the whole of Warframe would not be at a huge loss. And these guys just do not die. Holy. They take forever. Even one armor strip, my god. them up and go on a trip. Yeah, I guess the best thing I can say about the Ghoul Saw is that it's fine for, like, melee influence, but again, what melee can't use influence, you know? It's kind of such, like a universally just good arcane that you can throw on anything if you build for it properly, and it just works. Like, you can force any melee to use influence, which is... I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I genuinely think that melees do need melee influence to function properly. Like, it's kind of the main thing holding melee together as a whole, outside of a couple other specific arcanes that work a little bit better on some other weapons. But again, those are very few and far between. God, I really wish we would get more Zaws. I'm sure those are a nightmare to create, but I would really love to have them. Like, give me a heavy Nakanazaw and my life is yours. Zeus. God, there's so much crap. Give me all of my health back. We're almost there. I definitely want all of the Shadowgrapher pieces here. We might try and stream a little bit more this week. Just to really tackle the, like, just have like one stream where we just are dedicated. Hang on, why are we all dying? Chat, remind me next time I start up a mission to bring the, what do you call it? The Uriel subsume. Where are they? How many of those things do you get per run, I wonder? Is what I'm curious about. Let me go do that real quick. There we go. Hang on, I actually need to check real quick. We got a total of 7? Really? That was only in one run? Really? Really? That is... Ugh. That's depressing. That is very depressing, actually. I'm gonna bring a gun that actually, like, hits hard, you know? Some of these enemies are just built like fucking brick shit houses. Eat your bullets alive. By the way, for those of you who do not know, Uriel Subsume is genuinely really good. Would highly recommend you pick it up. Are you supposed to pick up Nightmare Tatters from something? If so, I can't tell what you're supposed to get them from. Maybe that's why I feel like I got so few, is because I wasn't picking them up. Maybe you have to, like, actually go and get them from wherever. Get out of here, Folly. Fuck off. Get bent, nerd. Whee! More Atramentum, but that's not really what I'm here for. Give me the Nightmare Tatters. How do I get more of those? I get them at such a low rate here. Crumbling muffins, no! Oh no! More Atramentum, but not what I need. I wonder if this will actually protect me from these, like, slowdown procs. I kind of hope it does. There we go. That's the type of chunk I need. Just damage, you know? And when I need to heal, I can just press this button. Because Uriel Subsume is so good on health tanks. It's basically a full heal plus status cleanse. Especially now that we have persistence, like, that's so good. Like, it genuinely might be one of the best subsumes on a health tank like an Aros. Just because of how strong of a recovery that is. Like, as long as you are paying attention to your health like this, where I get chunked like that, you really can't go wrong. Like, you literally just need to be paying attention. What is dealing that damage? Oh my god. That is so much damage from something that I'm not familiar with. Yeah, I could just, like, stand next to Folly and I'm fine. Like, she's genuinely not threatening if you're an Aros. I've got 6 Nightmare Tattoos. Are they fully marked on the map? I'm not really sure. That's Atramentum. That's not what I want. Yeah, it looks like this is all just Atramentum. This is not Nightmare Tattoo. So what gives it to you exactly? Like what in particular drops it? Like I said, I feel like I'm getting such a small fractional amount of it per run. Out of here. If we actually go up, that'd be nice. There we go. The energy drain thing is another annoying thing about this mission too, and it's why I really like bringing Aros, because he just doesn't care about any of the bullshit. Because I can just be next to these 2 follies and I am not in any danger. Uwamoko Mecha Unit, that's funny. Not tomorrow, today! And Nightmare Tatters in a single run. Although I did get the Enkos arrow? Is that how you say it? 600 Atramentum completed. I don't even know how many Nightmare Tatters we have by default. I would need to check. I know we started grinding with like 60 some in our inventory. I am shooting at nothing. You know, I feel like Shadowgrapher feels like it should have been a Halloween update, if I'm being honest. Like, I think if this came out around Halloween, this would have gone twice as hard. Now, when is the next dev stream? This last dev stream was, like, not a real dev stream. Get this thing off of my fucking head. Oh my god, bro. I really hate those head grabber things. They're just so annoying to get off. And it's like, it's not even that they do anything. They're just there to rage bait you. This mission type really is just like pure chaos. All these mushrooms. That one's just like real close by, isn't it? The hop, skip, and elite. Oh, I gotta go around, don't I? Fuck. There we go. Gotta take the long way around. I said, how do you get Nightmare Tattoos? What actually drops them? Because the rate at which you get them is kind of abysmal, if I'm being honest. Araxia was last year, right? I'm not tripping. Araxia was last year. Actually, like, I have not figured out, like, what is actually dropping them. I have to just kill follies, or what's the deal here? And I will save you, citizen. Or not, because fuck this stupid wall. That is something that is quite annoying about the mission type, is that if you don't know, because like the walls always change, so if you don't know if a wall is there, it's kind of a dick move. Like, well, there goes that person's life, I guess. Oh, I have not seen that before. That's new information. I'm on the way. The happiness. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. I would walk 500 miles or something. You at least get, like, bonus for completing? Or not, I'm assuming. If Naros is your power, what are you without it? What do you mean by that question, Unk? What do you mean? If I'm not a Naros, I just play like Dante or something, I guess. Because he still has Overguard that is immune to all, like, the ability null bullshit. Like, even if your energy is drained, he has so many ways to get it back that it's probably not a huge deal. To see, the only way to win this game is to not play. Which is not good game design, but we deal with it. In we go. I see, it feels like we get like 3 for joining. That kind of bugs me, is that it's like, it feels like there's so few per run. Oh, let's see here. Talk about... Ah, there we go. Oh, so you have to go manually collect it. I see. That's what's missing here. Okay, that... Only 3 per run, though. Well, I'm assuming they're like... If one person gets them, we all get them, just to make it simple. That means there's one more in the mission. Hiding out. You just gotta learn where the spawn points of them are. Get out of here. Bum. Canyon radar marks them. Okay, we got our 9 tatters, I guess. 9 per run does seem a little bit abysmal. And only 10 per nightmare mission, too. That's also not, like... That does not seem very... questionable. Like, granted, these runs do not take very long. Like, that's not a huge deal. But, like, 9 is just, ugh. Because if I wanted to clear out all the things I wanted to get from the shop, I would need to do, like, God's upwards of, like, 25 runs. That's a lot. And that's, like, a generous lowball. You know? That's a lot of runs. These runs are short, but they're not that short. I don't know, once we finish this run, we'll have to go and take tally of what we have so far. At least we're getting a bunch of Atramentum while we're at it too, which is really good, because we do want Folly's parts so we can get her subsume. Since I'm pretty sure that her subsume isn't that bad. The decent damage reduction. Although I'm not sure what I would use that on. Get out of here, Folly. I feel like I'm getting a lot more Atramentum than I was before. Did they ever actually go and change that and give us, like, better rates for that? Or is that just, like, something I'm just too stupid to realize that we were always getting that much? So we're only, like, what, like, halfway through and I have, like, 46 or so. That's a good amount. Granted, I think I do have a booster, though, so I think that does skew it a little bit, but I digress. And I really didn't realize that Varuna Prime came out this week. I had to be told, because like I said, I was kind of sick, so I was just kind of like a little bit out of it. I was like, oh shit, that is today, huh? It wasn't today, it was the other day, but... Speaking as if it was that day. Yeah, we're gonna have to have a stream where we farm specifically for the Paragale. Because I had that is one of the weapons I actually have been wanting. Steinax is the prime I actually don't care about. I would actually really like to have the Rauta next. With Palervo's prime access. That would be really, really nice. I would love to see that. Because the Rauta is one that I've been very much anticipating. Also, never underestimate that free cast that, I think it's Zeneric gives you. Zeneric, that free cast can work under pretty much any condition, right? Like, if you have no energy, you can cast it. And I think that, like, the ramifications of that are really, really undervalued. Especially on Hildryn specifically. Hildryn takes huge advantage of that, because when her shields go down, and she needs to cast, she basically always has that free Zeneric cast online, so she can cast rebuild shields and get all of her shields back immediately, despite being on 0. It makes rebuild shields such a good panic button for her. But, like, I can't imagine not running it. Like, Pillage is nice and all, but I really don't think Pillage is that good, especially when Rebuild Shields gives you everything back. And also, I think that the armor strip of, Pillage has kind of like, armor stripping in general, I feel, has been devalued as of late. Just because we're hitting so hard now that armor just kind of doesn't matter as much. So that armor stripping is just kind of this thing that's like, oh, this is just kind of a nice thing to have, rather than something that is like, oh, you are building for it all the time like you used to when Corrosive was the king of everything. Are they? I run out of ammo? I guess there's no ammo pickups here. I'll need to bring my kit gun next time. So that I don't have to worry about that. It looks like we're almost there anyway, so who cares? Bum, 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 bum. Oh, it's up here. I see. Hello, Folly. Goodbye, Folly. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Negating hard landing for operator really would be nice. What is bro doing up there? What is your frame? Baruch, huh? It is annoying that melee can't break those. I really wish it could. But you have to specifically shoot the ass. My god, there's so much shit out here, bro. Why does nothing drop ammo in this? Yeah, I guess I really do have to bring the kit gun, huh? There we go. Oh, we're gonna go check how much we got, and then we'll probably wrap up for the night, since I am getting quite sleepy. Oh wait, we got Folly Blueprint. All right, that's huge. That's a huge chunk of Atramentum we don't need to spend. 90. Oh. Well, we can go get at least like one thing, which is nice. Morrow is coming tomorrow, actually. Kinda forgot about that. Oh, hey, that's a thing. Alright, what do we get first? We get this. This is just like the paint one where it covers you in paint. This one I feel has some of the most application. I feel like this one is really fun to mess with, I bet. I'll mess with that and just see how if there's anything that like that can look good on. But I need to put it on my fucked up Noko. My heat map Noko. Oh my god, it's diabolical. Oh god, it's diabolical. This is just disgusting to look at. Oh my god. Heat map Noko. God, it looks diabolical in, like, dark lighting, too. Jesus. Anyways, I will see you all later, as it is quite late. I will bear you all good night, and I will probably try and stream Sunday, as usual. Yeah, like I said, this week was Easter, and then I got sick, and then that happened, so that's why we streamed so late in the week this week. We'll try and take a day to, like, just do farming, get the operation done, get the Paragale. We got lots of stuff to do.